Coaches are going to say, aim for the back of the rim. Some great coaches are going to say, aim for over the front of the rim. That's fine, okay? We like the front of the rim for two reasons. When we hit the back of the rim, sometimes we get that, you know, that hard rim that bounces out on us. When we aim for the middle of the rim, that's a spatial object, all right? So we don't like to aim at something, we don't like to focus on something spatial, because try to look at my fist, all right? Keep looking at my fist. Eyes locked on my fist. Keep it on that spot right there, all right? It's hard to focus on something spatial. But the rim, okay, is something tangible. So we can, and the front of the rim, wherever you are, okay, I got that front of the rim, that eyelet on the front of the rim. I'm here. I catch the ball over here, I got front of the rim. I catch it from the corner, I got that eyelet on the front of the rim. The other thing is, when we hit the front of the rim, if we have good rotation on the ball, what happens when we hit the front of the rim a lot of times? Yeah, the rim has some give to it on the front, and we get that lucky bounce. So we give the advantage to the front of the rim. Bottom line is this. You guys have to pick one. You guys either have to be front of the rim, back of the rim, or middle of the rim shooters every time. Okay? This summer, that has to be one of your objectives. You have to become, do you think anybody's going to ever change me? I'm almost 40 years old. I'm a front of the rim shooter. You think somebody's going to change me? No. You think my wife is going to convince me to become a back of the rim shooter? No. No, absolutely not. Okay? Nobody will. And that's how you guys have to get. When you see somebody and they say, what kind of shooter are you? Front of the rim. You know, what kind of shooter are you? Well, just say back of the rim first. Yeah, but say it like, yeah, like you've been back of the rim for how many years you've been alive? 11. You've been back of the rim for 11 years since you've been born. All right? That's the way it's got to become. Because when you get the ball, guys, when you're Ray Allen and you come off of 2 screens, okay, and you finally get the ball, you can't stop and say, my coach told me to use the backboard when I was 45 degrees. I think I'm like 47, so, okay, I'll use the rim. Do I use the back of the rim? Your eyes have to be so laser locked and focused on a specific part of the rim, it has to be automatic, okay? So when you guys, we don't have time to do this here, but when you guys go home, okay, you guys have to focus on training your eyes to get locked on the front of the rim. You can't take your eyes off the rim, okay? Now your eyes are going to start to water, all right? Because your eyes are a muscle, and you got to work that. See, I failed. I just failed. If you can't do that 15 times in a row, you got to keep practicing. You have to train your eyes. I guarantee you, your eyes will start to tear and water, okay? Because you don't train your eyes. Your eyes are important, okay? All right, what's the second E stand for?
Elbow.
Elbow in. Back to your eyes. When you shoot the ball, where do you want to keep your eyes focused on? Okay, how about following the ball? How about watching the ball? Aren't we supposed to watch the ball? No, right? We want to keep our eyes focused on the rim. Don't follow the basketball. Okay, what's the second E? Elbow. What about your elbow? Okay, we want to keep our elbow in, all right? We want to have our elbow underneath our basketball. Okay, we have our photo album over there. Open up the photo album and look at the L that some of these great shooters make. Okay, guys like Ray Allen on the Celtics. When they shoot the basketball, not only do they have their guide hand come off the ball, okay, but they have that great L here, all right, with their tricep facing parallel with the floor, and they shoot the basketball with their elbow in as much as possible. Does that mean Reggie Miller can't be a great shooter with his elbow out? No, you can hit a shot if you practice it long enough. But what's your first name? If Grace, what's your first name? If Aaron and Grace both take 10,000 shots, and Aaron shoots like this, and Grace shoots like this, fundamentally sound, who's going to become a better shooter?
Grace.
Grace will. Now, if Aaron takes 50,000 and Grace takes 10,000, maybe Aaron will become better, you know, okay? Who knows? But if they both take the same amount of shots, Grace is going to be better. because she's fundamentally sound. And the more fundamentally sound she is, the more consistent her shot's going to be. Okay? How can you practice keeping your elbow in?
Practice shooting.
What type of shooting? Do you think your elbow's going to be in if you guys shoot from back here?
No.
Okay. Absolutely not. So how do you work on keeping your elbow in? Okay, form shooting. Okay, opposite hand, weak hand is behind your back, and you're working on your form shooting.
Very close to the basket, though.
Guys, if you're underneath the basket, how come it's all a surprise when it's like you all get hit with the ball? All four of you. If you're standing there, it's going to come down through the net. Okay? Okay, good. All right? So you have to work on your form shooting. Is it exciting? No. Is it fun? No. Not really. Not really. But he does it every day. He's got to come out here every day, and he's got to keep his elbow in, and he's got to work on his form shooting. If he hits 5 in a row, he's going to move back 6 inches. Okay? It's not glamorous. Is a coach going to stand here and watch you do that? No way. Is a parent going to do that? Absolutely not. It takes way too much time. It can only be done with one person, and that's you. Okay? Are there birds in here?
Yes.
All right. What does the F stand for? Okay, follow through. They definitely save the most important one for last. It's your follow through. You're going to hear us yell to you all the time, freeze your follow through. We want you guys to exaggerate freezing your follow through. And that really means hold it. You watch the WNBA players or the NBA players, they're all holding their follow through. They don't shoot the ball like this. Okay, do you see any good players do that?
No.
Okay. So even if it went in, that's a terrible shot. But a lot of good players will get the ball and they'll be here like this, almost like they're posing for a picture. Okay? They're holding their follow through. They're giving their shot the best possible chance to go in. Okay? Name some great players who really hold their follow through.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Exactly. Who else?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Okay.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, yes. Paul Pierce, especially. Carmelo Anthony. Who else? Anybody remember Reggie Miller?
Yes.
Okay, Reggie Miller was one of the greatest shooters. He was like a Ray Allen, and he did it especially. Now, he used to do it just so he could look at Spike Lee, all right? But before he was friends with Spike, he would hold his follow through. That's how he became such an incredible shooter, okay? All right, so that's your B.E.F. Balance, eyes, elbow in, follow through. There's a lot more to it. We're going to give you guys, not today, but we're going to give you more stuff on that because we're going to test you towards the end, okay?